Hello class, today we start with the next topic, working with the statement. So in the JDBC chapter, after completion of connection, we start with the next interface. The interface name is statement. So guys, what is the role of statement and why we use statement and what kind of the statement we can use in the JDBC. So first we start with the statement. Statement is the interface used to create and execute SQL statement in the Java. So if you want to write or execute the SQL statement, then statement interface is responsible. It provides the predefined methods. What are the methods is? It's execute to queries, update the data and retrieve result from the database. So the main role of interface or statement interface is that whatever the query we want to execute, it will provide the predefined method, and on the behalf of predefined method, it will generate the result on the behalf of tables. So we can use the several type of statements that can be used in the JDBC. So our first type is create statement. So in the create statement, it's basically considered as the general purpose access. So if you want to access your database in the general way, then we use this create statement interface. And when we use static SQL statement at the runtime, we do not pass any kind of the parameter. Whatever the results available or whatever the database tables available, we just show the result. We do not pass any kind of the parameter. At that time I will use the create statement. So it is not or it cannot accept the parameters. It is created using the connection objects create statement method. So first this is your create statement and I will use the object of the connection class and the method is create statement. So syntax to write the create statement is like statement interface object stmt equal to connection dot create statement. So here con is your connection object, and on the behalf of connection object you can access this create statement method. Second is your prepared statement. What is that? A prepared statement is the second type of statement interface. This statement represent the pre-compiled SQL statement. So we need not to again compile the SQL statement. The pre-compiled SQL statement can be executed many times with the different parameter. So here the meaning of with different parameter is what? If you want to change the parameter, if you want to run the same query for the multiple times for the different parameters, then we always go with the prepared statement. It is useful when using the dynamic SQL statement at the runtime. So if we want to access SQL statement at runtime, then we always prefer prepared statement. It accepts input parameter at runtime using set XXX method. So here what is the mean of X? X denotes the type of value which we want to access at the runtime. So I will use the set method, and using this set method I can put the value as a parameter. Now it is created using the connection object prepared statement method. So guys, the same thing we are doing here by using the connection class object con object. So on the behalf of this statement, how we will write the values, look at with example. Here we are writing first interface name prepared statement, object is pstmt. So we will write the name as it is according to the interface, so we will not get confused regarding to object name. So now equal to connection dot prepare statement. So this prepare statement is the method that is accessed by or called by object con, and your con object is belongs to which class? Connection. Inside this we are writing the query insert into people with values, and values we are writing the question mark question mark. So it's your wildcard character type, and I am writing this bracket, and then the whole query would be written like a string format. So we will enclose in the double quote, then close the bracket and terminate the statement using semicolon. After that, we want to put the value using first parameter. Then what kind of the value we want to set, then I will use the pstmt object dot set string. So what is that? 1 comma aryan. So it will return your first parameter would be string type. Now we want to put the second parameter as an integer type. Then again you will write object pstmt dot set int. So now here you can get the meaning of set x method. One time you are entering the parameter as a string type, another time you are entering the parameter as integer type. So in the second time you are getting string type. Second parameter would be 25. Now I will execute this parameter by using execute update. So you will call execute update method. You will write pstmt dot execute update and terminate the function using semicolon. So this is the way in which you are writing the multiple parameters or different parameter of different types. Now check the third type. So in the callable statement, this is used to call stored procedure in the database. In the database you had seen the PL/SQL programming, in which we use the programming of trigger and stored procedure. So if we want to use the call stored procedure, then I will use the callable statement interface. It can also accept input and output parameter at runtime using register out parameter, and the another method is get x method. So these are the two different methods which are available at the runtime to take the data from the input and output parameters. It is created using the connection object, and method is the prepare call. So guys, here we will use the method, separate method is prepare call, and that method is associated with the connection object. So connection object is again the part of connection class, and you can access this method by using con object. So look at the example. Here you have written the callable statement interface. Object is cstmt equal to con dot prepare call. So this is the method that is accessed by the con object. Inside this you will pass the parameter. We are calling the person name, so you will write the call get person name method. Inside this you will pass the wildcard question mark and question mark. Okay, so what kind of the value we want to pass? Again we will pass the parameter and type. So guys, look at the next statement. In the next statement you are writing the object cstmt, that is the object of callable statement. Use the set int. Using this set int, what we are doing, we are passing the first parameter as an integer type, value is 1. So first is the parameter number and second is the value. Then we are using the cstmt register out parameter. So what is your output parameter? That is your output parameter number 2. And what is the type? So you will associate type with the types keyword, types dot varchar. So your second type output would be what kind of the type? Variable character. Next, you want to execute this stored procedure, then you will use the cstmt dot execute. Again, if we want to get the output parameter value, so if we want to get the name, then just write the parameter number inside the get string. So you will write string name equal to cstmt dot get string. And here I know that I had passed the second parameter as a string type or variable character type, then I will always write 2 instead of 1 here. So it will return the parameter value. The parameter is the number 2, second parameter. Now we have given the set of predefined methods. What are the predefined methods here that exist with the statement interface? First is your prepare statement. The main part of prepare statement you had get that create the pre-compiled queries for submission to the database. So we will not pass any kind of the value. Next, prepare call, access stored procedure in the database. If we want to access the stored procedure, then call the stored procedure. So that's why in the previous example you can see here I am writing call for what? Get person name. So I want to access the person name, and we know that person name exists in the second parameter. So you will write the register output parameter second types.varchar. Next, rollback and commit. These are the control transaction queries. So if we want to manage such kind of the transactions queries or control the transaction queries, then I will use the rollback and commit method. Next is the close. Close is what? Whenever we create one kind of the connection by using the con object of the connection class or connection class, at that time last you will use the connection.close or con.close to terminate the open connection. So whatever the connection you have created, you will close at the later on. Next, last method of your working statement is what? Is closed. What is the role of is closed? The basic utility of is closed is determine whether the connection timeout or was explicitly closed. It will check whether your connection is timeout or not, or explicitly you have closed or not. It will return true or false status. That means it will check whether you have created one kind of the connection, that connection would be closed or not. So these are the specified methods that are used with the statement, and the utility of this statement, we always go with the object of the connection. So you can see in the previous slides also, here we had used the callable statement. So I am using the prepare call method by using the con object. Again previous slide, I am using the another type of the statement, prepared statement. Object is pstmt, but the method prepare statement is also called by the object connection. And here also we are using create statement, and we are using the statement interface object stmt, but we are calling this method by using the connection class object. So every time we need to take care that whenever we use any kind of the method of the statement, then we always deal that method using the connection object. We cannot call directly. So first we will establish the connection. After establishing the connection, we will use that method with the connection class object. Then if we have required the set of modification, then I will perform the modification according to get method and set method. And callable have its advantage that we can use the stored procedure, so I can register output parameter also. So in this diagram or this example, we had also explained the how we use the registered parameter with the output statement. So these are the explanation about the working statement and statement interface. So I think you have got the idea regarding to brief idea regarding to your statement interface. Thank you class. Have a nice day.